Here's a few things we can do indoors. And so let's start off with just lifting our knees. Something very simple. Anybody and everybody can do at any age. Well, it depends on your health a bit too. So if you want to, and the better the shape you are, the more difficult you can make it. This is just kind of like the idea of going for a walk or stair climbing. So I find because at the hip here, it's supposed to be for abs, right? What I'm doing is just movement. It's not really, well, some people can call it exercise, but it's not really exercise. It's just moving around, being on your feet, moving your body, and a lot of times you don't do that during the day, these kind of movements. So go right back to squats. So I'm a guy who, without weights and stuff, I always like to do the hack squat, which you'll find more pressure on your knees, and it'll work your thighs a little differently. So obviously you have to go with your heels up, and then that's what I like to do. But for a better rounded, that you get more of your hamstrings and things like that, then you're better off leaning more back. And what you're gonna actually do for best is like to try to get more muscles around your legs and so on. You want to actually be pushing with your heels. The rest of the foot is light on the ground, and it's the heel what is planted to the floor. And that's what you want to do for the full movement. It's kind of like having something like a wall behind you. You're pushing it, not just with the shoulders, the hips and all. It's kind of, you aren't really pushing backwards. That's not what you're doing. But the easiest way to explain it and to understand is that the heel of your foot is going to the floor, and both of them, and the rest of the foot is just relaxed on the floor. It's the heels what you're driving against the floor. So, obviously I didn't do a good warm-up. You can do that longer. You can do with legs straight, whatever you want. And you're wondering about the chair. You can stretch your leg. So if you want to get a really good hamstring stretch, this is not a proper one. I got my knees straight, both of them, which is nice, but I'm not squared. facing at an angle. So if I turn my hips and square it, pulls this hamstring a lot more. And then of course you can reach your foot, put your foot at a higher position, depending on your flexibility, right? And there's one more thing. You can actually put your foot that is straight and have it straight. This is a stretch. Obviously, if you're doing kicks and stuff, then you want your foot at an angle or sideways, so it opens up your hips so you can move your foot properly. But as a stretch, this works pretty good. And take this hand and put it on your leg, or your knee or your foot. And stretches is really nice for flexibility and things like that. So a while ago I did a little bit of aerobics, and after the class, then it was suggested to do the basic exercises, your crunches and push-ups and so on. And the rest of the class was doing it, and I didn't really that much. I would play around with it a bit, but I didn't really exercise. And what happened then, I was starting to lose weight. My muscles started showing, and it got everyone confused there, and started talking. This guy's not exercising and he's getting in pretty good shape. And they were doing all those exercises, and they're visually, you couldn't see the change in their body, right? So that's what confused them, is they thought they were doing more than me, but yet I was getting bigger results than they were when it came to visual, like body shape and things like that. So that's a little stretching you can do. You can touch your toes if you'd like. You can do it with a straight back. Unfortunately, I like to stretch on my back too. So then, not only do I have straight knees, but I curve my back as well. And even let my shoulders stretch out a bit. I guess you can reach your toes better if you curl them up, huh? Alright. I'm not going to do push-ups today because I don't have those things. I'm again at this 2-story house. So you can play around a little bit too. The more flexible you are, the higher you can do your foot. But let's say, for example, you can just bring it around. And the thing what I'm really doing is leg raises individually with a swing to it, so it's extremely simple to do. So if you have a big stomach, not used to doing it, I won't suggest to go as high as you can and whatever like that. That means a good warm up and a good stretch, or something what you're used to doing. So, and you can do, let's say if you're laying on the ground, you can do your bicycle, like if you're pedaling in the air, or you can do kind of like this, what I'm doing, except for you can do it on your back and then lower and raise your feet. tomorrow I'll put in a few more activities. We'll do some things together, and maybe I'll show a few different exercises. And I don't have something for chin-ups here. I do have some weights. I could show you a little bit of some weights to do. And the other day I did some push-ups. Now I'm very tempted to do push-ups with clapping and then land back on my hands. I've done that in the past quite a bit. It was some kind of fun to do, and I'm not quite sure if I can do that now, but definitely curious if I can. At the same time, I have to be careful not to rush it. As you can see, I've been doing a lot of simple things, and just easing into it. Things where the next day I don't really feel much at all, but it was some movement what I've been doing, and